All right, we're back, lovers. This is Edgar,
And I'm Sunny.
and we are the Absolute Divine Lovers. We are here to do another read for you. We're having a very beautiful sunny day where we are, albeit a little windy. But yeah, so we felt inspired.
Where should we begin?
Well, I think, should we talk a little bit about the conversation that we were having that sparked the inspiration and see kind of where we go?
Yes.
Yeah. So last summer, Sunny and I kept seeing things that were like Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty pool service, Humpty Dumpty's pizza, like all of these things that were Humpty Dumpty, and we're like, this has got to mean something. And as that rhyme goes, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And I realized that maybe this is like obvious to a lot of people, but today I realized that you're the only person that can put Humpty Dumpty back together is Humpty Dumpty. And you get the opportunity when you go through a major life change to put the pieces back how you want, right? So maybe you create a neat pattern out of a pattern that you had on before that is different, that you didn't like, or that's just new. It's like almost a mosaic or kitsugi, your life back together.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunny looked at me and went, "You want to do a read?" And I said, "Yes, let's go." So here we are. So
I'm going to start with Rider Waite.
yeah, do your thing.
I mean, because I think that the metaphor of Humpty Dumpty, I said Humpy.
Humpty.
No channels. We can tell it and use the cards at the same time.
Yeah.
How that metaphor works through what's expressed on the deck. You can straighten them if you want to, but I was just
Okay.
Yeah,
the Virgo in me is not going to be okay with that.
I just heard paper chaser. Some people are motivated by money to get themselves back together again. Like, okay, your new job starts in 2 weeks. Once I had a new job that started 4 days from the time I was hired, right?
Yeah.
This is crazy, but I needed a new car.
Yeah.
I had to get it. There wasn't let me see how much repairs cost. It was, this car has been ridden to death. It's just done.
And so you have 4 days to
Pieces
get a car.
hanging off of it. Things not working right, like left and right. I had to go get a new car. And that's just one.
And 4 days to do it.
4 days to do it.
Wow.
Couldn't put Humpty together again. And I just heard hopeless. That is a normal way to feel sometimes, just to let you know.
Yeah, right. I can imagine, right? Like if things kind of fall apart and you start feeling like everything's ruined, and you're not ever able to put it back together.
I'm gonna stop there.
Okay.
The bottom of the deck is a 4 of Wands.
Shall I pull some clarifiers?
I love that. I'm also going to do 2 of the Oracle, the Egyptian Oracle. I do think also, total side note, doesn't have to do with the read really, except for the fact that anybody who watches this, if they're interested in tarot at all, that we should start putting the decks that we use in our captions. Like, imagine I mean, that you don't know much about it, but you're like, wow, I feel really drawn to that.
Yeah.
And,
well, this is the Rider-Waite, the Rider-Waite Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies. Which is like the deck that's like the most popular. This one I just found via another reader who was using these, and she said what it was called. It's called the Murder of Crows Tarot. Totally just fell in love with this thing. It's just, it's great.
This is the Egyptian Oracle by Travis
McHenry.
McHenry.
Yeah. Travis McHenry. Yeah. All right. We need to start pulling some clarifiers here because we're talking about tarot decks.
Yeah.
Giving plugs to available.
I'll go.
Cool.
Continue your Glorious shuffling.
Judgment.
Clarified by the Two of Wands.
Okay, interesting. And the Sun is clarified by the Seven of Wands. Tell me about the King of Wands.
It's really funny because energetically, right now, I feel like very down to business.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm a little in the air, sometimes I'm whimsy. I feel like, let's get down to business.
It must be your Aries moon. Temperance.
I do have a little Virgo in my chart as well.
Do you?
Yeah. Which is funny because I usually a little bit struggle with like Virgo sun sign placements, admittedly.
You know, that's my ascendant.
I do. Okay. I know, but it's not like you and I don't clash from time to time.
We never clash.
Clash of the Titans.
Also, there was a second card that fell when the Two of Wands came out. So
is there a card underneath me right now?
There's a card underneath you right now. Back all the way up.
So something's hidden. Something slipped through the cracks.
What is
I'm
it?
just kidding. It's the Six of Pentacles.
Oh, okay. This is the Knight of Wands. We got a lot of wands going on here.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the way that the action of the wand coincides with thoughts and material, either wealth or possessions, and feelings and emotions is pretty pertinent. Is that another? That's a pentacle.
It's the King of Pentacles. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I go third row since we got here, or should we just kind of shift gears?
Let's just read it.
Okay, let's just read it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I've got the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck on this one.
Would you like to begin, or would you like me to?
No, please.
Okay. So judgment is pertinent anytime you are evaluating what's going on in your life. I love the Judgment card because it means that somebody or collectively a lot of people are reevaluating things. Of course, we could tie politics into it, but I'll leave that to the viewer's imagination.
Speaking of the imagination,
yes.
I was just thinking, this is like, you know, Archangel Gabriel and everybody's out there and he's like, "Bah, bah, bah," and everybody's like, yeah.
Keep on that thought.
Okay.
No, stay on it.
Yeah, no, so it's like it's totally silly, but it's just like the thing that I saw. And so it's almost like this, like you know, the dead are rising. So you're rising back. You're coming back from the dead. Wow. So if you're Humpty Dumpty and you fell off the wall and you were in like a million pieces because you went through a major life change, you know, could have been job loss, it could have been the death of a loved one, could have been divorce, the end of a relationship, like something. I mean, it's usually something traumatic, but like sometimes positive things snap us out too. But I think for me, Humpty Dumpty didn't see falling off the wall and breaking into pieces like as a positive thing. It was definitely traumatic, and like that feeling of like, oh no, and like dealing with the hurt. What am I gonna do now? Everything's ruined. But now it's like you're rising from the dead. So it's like the divine is calling you, and you know, Two of Wands is traditionally like putting together a plan.
And how empowering is it to put yourself back together? Never mind the exhausting part of it. Never mind the evaluation, the overthinking, overanalyzing, but the actual process of putting yourself back together again can really raise your self-awareness and self-esteem and point you in a direction where you actually want to put your energy, not where there was an expectation for you to put your energy by other people.
Yeah. I love that. It's like I was saying, it's like you're making a mosaic of your life based on all of the broken pieces. It's like finding the beauty in the brokenness, and you know, again, like kintsugi, like the Japanese art of putting things back together with gold.
And then in that event, the Six of Pentacles would be you being discerning about who you're giving your energy to,
Yeah.
and how much they get versus how much
They used to.
you're willing, they used to, or how much you're willing to give, how much you're more aware that you actually need to give yourself. Not for selfish reasons, but so you have a roof over your head. So you have food in your mouth. Like, I mean,
Yeah. Or
You
even
gotta-
even just like self-love, right? It's like sacrificing clean laundry because you're giving all your time to someone else,
that's the domestic way of looking at it,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
other way is, what were we just talking about the other night? We were talking about what a vampire is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's a large part of the collective that is not aware that vampiric tendencies, either through narcissism or through just imbalance
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
can be. So you
Yeah.
have a friend who wants to call and trauma dump on you for 2 hours. Well, in those 2 hours,
Yeah.
what did you not do that you needed to do while you sat there and got your energy drained listening to this person's plight?
Yes.
When what they should have done was gone to a therapist who could help them conceptualize and organize
Yeah.
how to cope.
It's either that or you go on, you make like a new ghost Reddit account and you go on like the anonymous posting subreddit. You can just like go and trauma dump on Reddit and like people can like upvote your pain.
Next, we have the sun. I did that on purpose.
You're so droll.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Edgar. I'm serious though, because that did happen. That does happen. That did happen. That will happen to people who are on the journey, starting out. Imagine a 15-year-old starting a job and has a boss who treats them poorly, and they don't know that their boss is necessarily treating them poorly, because that boss is very calculated with how they say and do things. And what if that person who's 15 at their first job was manipulated by their mom and dad? They're going to be starting a new cycle with someone who's going to potentially take advantage of this person's
Insecurities.
insecurities,
Yeah.
work ethic. Like, we're trying to not repeat cycles here. Like,
I'm trying to learn the lesson and move on. Yeah.
That being said,
So the sun, you've got the sun and the Seven of Wands. So it's you have to defend your happiness. You have to defend your joy, and that is about like deciding who gets your time, who gets your energy, who gets your advice, who gets your love. All of those things.
this combination right here with this crow looking almost up to this big crow-like humanoid reminds me, oh gosh, I don't want to, okay, how do I be a little bit vague about it? I'll do it this way. A child who's like, Mom, do you like my painting? And like the painting, they're holding it, that they showed it, now it's on their side. You can't see it because it's not the viewer. It's like this child is looking at this parent, hoping that they like it and getting their approval. And instead of this parent saying, what matters to you, sweet little crow, is that you like your creation. Instead, they say, the shading is off, the size is misproportioned, and completely critique it. The little crow takes it to the fucking to the junkyard and is like,
Wow.
I'm shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's dramatic,
Yeah.
but look, the sun is worth defending.
Yeah.
Your creativity, your balance,
It's your heart.
your energy
Yeah, absolutely.
is so worth defending.
Yeah. 100%. The King of Wands and Temperance.
The Temperance Angel looks like Nicole Kidman. I'm just
I
gonna
thought so
say
too.
it.
I thought so too.
I'm just gonna say it.
I thought so too. We're totally in Bob Ross mode again.
No.
Let's paint some little trees on these cards.
Oh my goodness. The King of Wands. What lights your fire? What did you hold off of pouring your energy into your own cup? What did you hold off while you were tending to your wife, tending to your husband, tending to your kids, tending to your boss, all the other outputs of energy? You missed that class that you wanted to take. You started to gain weight and didn't take care of it. You didn't go to the doctor. That's directly like a hey Sonny, thing. There's things that you avoid doing because you're filling your other cup. So now this combination of cards brings awareness to the fact that, hey, where were you focusing with the energy of fire and passion lit under yourself, that you are going to start patiently and lovingly either reparenting yourself or finding a way to fill your own cup with the things that you put off.
Yep. I love that.
While this was in reverse.
And you can go ahead and pause the video here if you want to ponder what Sonny just dropped in your lap. Think about all the ways that, all the things that you denied yourself in order to give energy and time to other people. And go ahead and hit pause on the video and maybe make a list on your phone or in your journal so you can think about that. And we'll be here. All right. Well, thanks for taking that time to consider what was going on with you. The next row is the 10 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So is that the energy of you restoring yourself to the 10 of Pentacles? Like you are your own 10 of Pentacles, and now you're ready to like embark on a new adventure. Is that what you're getting, or are you getting something different?
It could be an adventure, it could be a project, it could be a new job that you desire that you didn't, there were reasons why you didn't go, why you didn't start it, why you didn't do it.
Yeah.
And it was either procrastination, something like that, or it was, I need to be, in this location for this person, or whatever it may be. The 10 of Pentacles has a broad range. I mean, I hear readers, oh, money's coming your way. Okay, but it's not just about money.
It's not, yeah.
It's about what's important to you in the 3D that makes you feel like you have abundance.
Mm-hmm. May I add something?
Yes.
Yeah, so I see what you're saying, and it is very much about like, oh, don't lose it. It is about going and doing the things that you put off, right? Like these things that you put off.
Mm-hmm.
It is about, like, if you've always wanted to start your own business, now's the time. If you were going to be a writer, start writing every day. I think, we have people in our circle, that decided that they were going to work out 300 times in 1 year, in 365 days, and they accomplished it. Or they want to write a song a day, or paint make a piece of art for every day for 100 days. And if you think about that level of commitment, right, that's so small, but it's changing your brain. You are going from thinking about something to actually doing it.
And if you're doing it, you're going all the way with it.
Yeah.
Almost to a point where it's like, wow, that's a big move.
It's a big move. It's a very big move. And even though it feels like something small, try and write. If you're trying to write, maybe try writing for, 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day.
The 8 of Cups.
Yeah.
Okay, so walking away from something. I mean, Humpty Dumpty at one point, if he's going to rebuild himself, has to make a decision to actually do it. And that means walking away from the thought that, okay, I'm in 1,000 pieces, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
So the self-fulfilling prophecy that you could possibly create by laying there in like 50 pieces of shell.
So you can accept your fate or you can change it.
You know what's funny?
Huh.
I'm thinking about the fact that a good friend of ours
Uh-huh.
takes eggshells and crushes them to alchemize plants.
Yeah.
So rebuilding sometimes means crushing it even more,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And putting the energy into something new.
Well, that's kind of what I was alluding to with the mosaic, right? It's like you take a piece of tile and you cut it into like small pieces, different shapes. And now you've taken whatever was printed on the tile and you've created your own pattern, right? And in some of those cases, you do have to take some of the big pieces and break them down and put them into new patterns, you know, and it is really much about the realization that, you know, it's like if you want to travel the world, you can go on your own. You don't need anybody to go with you. And it's the same thing here. Like you can design your life after a major life change, however you want it.
Yes. And either show up as a different version of yourself, so the King of Wands turns into the King of Pentacles,
Yeah.
or it's just another layer, and then you feel like I'm more, like I'm getting closer to Emperor status because I'm a King of Wands with a decision to do this alchemy, and then I became because I did the work.
Yeah.
So tell me, yes.
So it's also the feeling of like, yeah, there's 8 cups here, but I need the other 2. And I'm gonna like walk off and go get them, or I don't want those cups anymore.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I'm just gonna go and do this thing my way.
Yeah.
You know, I was just having a conversation with a friend about how we sometimes have to take a path that we don't want to take in order to get where we need to go. And, you know, that's tough to accept sometimes.
The combination of these 2 cards is the self-awareness to do that.
Exactly.
Because this Ten of Pentacles comes before the 8 of Cups.
Yep.
That means that you know that you have this, but you have to do this in order to have this on the other side too.
Oh my goodness.
So cool.
Go for it.
I just wanted to get one on this King of Pentacles. Sometimes that's what it takes. Full rebirth. And the energy of, again, the 7 of Wands and fighting for it.
I'm going to put another crow on top of your deck card and see what this deck has to say about that.
Sassy.
Sassy. I just want to know, like, I'm curious. What happens after death? It's the High Priestess.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
That's the High Priestess.
Wow, the elevation. Whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, rise up, rise above. I could be wrong, I could be right.
No, that's trusting that beautiful, delicious intuition that you put off so much.
Yeah.
Because
bottom of the deck is the Chariot.
for whatever reason. Whatever your because was.
Yeah. Bottom of the deck.
What's the bottom of the deck?
Is the Chariot.
Oh, okay.
And followed by the 9 of Cups.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Followed by the 10 of Cups.
Oh my goodness.
So you want to talk about, like, you know,
the 10 of Cups came after it. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. So it lines up, and then you've got 8 of Pentacles. Yeah.
Okay. So then let's touch upon the oracle cards real quick.
Okay.
We have Children of the Potter, possessiveness or sharing. Wow, that has a lot to do with the beginning part where it was the judgment and deciding whether you were going to share, overshare, or become possessive of your energy in a way that's positive to either rebuild or transmute.
And the next card is illumination or revelation. So that's, yeah, that word illumination's sure been popping around our sphere the last few days.
It has.
Yeah.
And then I heard epiphany, so it could be in the form of that for some people. The aha moment.
Yeah.
The beautiful aha moment.
Shall we ask Hecate for some advice?
Yeah, let's. Oh, wow.
Oof.
I love that card.
Crux. Axis Mundi. Like the crux of it all. This is it. That's not deep or nothing.
I mean, Do you want me to dive in?
Please.
Okay, I'm not going to read the book.
No,
you
no.
can if you want to.
No, there's no point. Go for it.
But look at the wasteland that's also beautiful of an environment around the figure. You'll have black twigs and trees on hard, dry dirt in the dark, illuminated by moonlight, right? And stars.
And her twin torches.
And then inside of it, so either you're looking through the keyhole of what your life could be and you're about to cross through this portal. Wow, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Or while you're doing this work that you see behind you, you know, the light starts to become brighter and brighter. And you're being led either by spirit or a combination of your awareness of the guidance that's in your atmosphere. So it could be angel numbers, it could be clairaudience, it could be an inner drive to suddenly go get something from the store, and it's blue or green spirulina, and that opens your third eye, and you didn't know that. And you didn't find that out until like 6 months when you just randomly read this article and you're like, oh, that's why I went to go get that. How interesting. But that could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be a material to build something you need to build. It could be something for your body that, you know.
So when you were talking through the card, it made me think of hagstones.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
tell that.
Well, yeah, they say that, when you find if you don't know what a hagstone is, it's when you find a rock on the beach that has had a hole naturally eroded into it by water. And it said that you can look through it and see spirits or see visions or things like that.
See the fairy realm. That's one of the articles said that.
Yeah. So if this is us looking through Hecate's hagstone, what does Hecate have for you? Here's one more card. And this is a good one, looks like. Ooh, companionship.
Wow.
So you can take that as friendship, you can take it as romance, or you can take it as the fact that if you work with Hecate, that she is by your side.
I'm also seeing it as you working with your shadow.
Ooh, I like that.
And kind of appreciating who you are through your shadow. And then your shadow getting dimmer and dimmer because you've embraced the dark that's within you.
Yeah.
And you're not hiding it.
Yeah.
I mean, companionship could be a lot.
It is.
Of different things. Right?
Yeah.
The one that you have with yourself, the relationship you have with yourself, your friends, your lover, a potential lover. There's so much in this.
Yeah.
But it's passion.
It is. We good? We want one more.
No, I love this. I'm going to leave it where it is. Yeah.
This is what we have for you lovers. We hope you come back and see us real soon.
Stay strong in your process.
And don't. And
That's so cool.
And be sparingly with the gold.